Wrestling Guy. With your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, JHawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, Jgold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
So I passed the bad luck on to my grandmother. She fell down last night out of the blue. She's all right. But yeah, I finally passed the bad luck on to her, so it's not me this time.
Oh, Jesus. I'm glad she's okay, though. But what the hell, man? Holy moly.
I mean, it's better than stepping on a pin. I almost stepped on two more.
Yeah. Who else? What other canceled wrestler pins did you step on?
No, these were like... I don't know where they came from. They were in, like, I was sweeping yesterday in the family room that, like, we never go in, and like there was these black pins that were like, I almost stepped on two of them. I found both of them luckily before I stepped on them, because like I walk in, I'm barefoot most of the time in the house, so like it's not good. Like I'm kind of afraid now. I think I need to start wearing like metatarsal like boots when I'm in the house.
Those ones with the toes on them?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start wearing some like big like steel toe boots so I don't like get stabbed by something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I step on Legos and cars and hair products like clips and shit like that all the time in this house. So I feel every bit of that. My feet are becoming, like leathery and hard, so nothing gets through them anymore. I could walk through tacks if I wanted to at this point. But
I mean, I can, but it still doesn't feel good. That's the thing. Like they're hardened, but it still hurts.
I know, by the way, that no, we don't have our video element up yet, but I don't want anyone to feel like you can't hear JHawk. He's just pouting a tad from the Guardians game before. In case
he's having a hard week himself, so he's here. He's just not giving a fuck about what we're talking about. That's fine.
I'm not giving a fuck about anything at this point, if we're being completely honest with it. Like, yeah, you people listening right now have no idea how close I came to just getting up the goon for League 2 and bouncing. It's been that kind of week.
And it's only Monday. Jesus.
Well, the thing is, the Guardians can't even get it off. It's like, okay, they lost, and the Cloaker gave up a 3-run home run, but he's been lighting out all year. It's going to fucking happen. I'd rather it happen game 2 of the DS than game 7 of the World Series or some shit.
Right.
But once that happened, the rest of the fucking day snowballed. I tried to do dishes and I couldn't get the fucking sink to stop up. So I couldn't shut the water off. The water's just fucking draining. I'm trying to cook dinner and I turned the wrong stove on. What couldn't figure out why dinner wasn't cooking. It just nothing worked after that.
Just shut your brain down. Your brain's just gone for the day.
And I won't go on to a long tirade about the Browns, but for the first time I can recall,
yeah,
I voluntarily shut the game off before halftime and went, fuck this, it's not worth it. I never do that. I was that angry before halftime. I went, I can't do that.
You know what we should do?
I might not watch another football game all year. Not even a Brown game. I might not watch another football game all year.
I'm there, man. We should swap coaches. We'll take Stefanski, and you can have Robert Saleh, and then maybe that'll.
The coach ain't the fucking problem, and I'm tired of people trying to pretend it is.
It is, dude. It's the problem. The coach is the problem. A good coach can get through anything. Not a good coach is Robert Saleh.
A good coach cannot get through the offense not wanting to play for your fucking quarterback.
That's the coach's problem.
I guarantee you, if anybody else would quarterback of that fucking team, that offense would look a lot goddamn better. Yeah. You saw it last year. Deshaun Watson was 4-1 last year. For one, what do the wins get fucking credit for? He played one drive, threw an interception. They were losing when he got hurt. He doesn't get credit for that fucking win. Stop giving it to him. First off. Secondly, they won. The only time any quarterback looked as bad as Deshaun Watson did yesterday was the kid they threw in on like 2 hour fucking notice. But Deshaun Watson decided at 11 o'clock on a 1 o'clock game, I can't play today.
Well, listen, Browns fans, chin up. These are not the Jets.
Shout out Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
I'd rather be the fucking Jets. They at least look like they want to play football.
Well, next week, this week, hockey starts, Browns fans, so you can jump on the Rangers bandwagon. And then we have the Knicks and Cavs all winter, everybody. We can enjoy ourselves.
Cannot wait for fucking basketball. You're going to start at the
right. Well, I'm with you on that. By the way, kudos to our pal Big Sam, who won the the IWC tournament, the Super Indy.
Yeah.
That dude, man, we got on the Big Sam wagon right away. We were the first people to jump on that with the fresh meat interviews, and that dude won the Super Indy, and lots of people won that Super Indy title. AJ Styles, our very own pal Derek Dillinger, and a bunch of others, and good for Big Sam because the Indies love that dude. They love him. They just absolutely love that dude, and he is just flying high. So, yeah, that was fun. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but I did see his coronation. And a lot of people were proud of him, so that was cool.
Yeah, you look at some of the people that have had that Super Indie title over here. You mentioned AJ Styles, but you're looking at Chris Sabin held it, Colt Cabana held it, Jerry Lynn held it, Johnny Gargano.
Man, that's crazy. Some of those names,
some of them,
and that's only once a year. JHawk, that's only once a year they do it, or twice a year.
The tournament is once a year, but it is defended like a championship up until the tournament hits.
Okay. So that's not just tournament winners. That's people who've won the belt, or is that just
people who have won
tournament?
the belt? Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's cool. Huh. Well, I was telling you guys before I saw that Batista movie, and it was unnerving. And Drew McIntyre was in it as well, and he got impaled on a deer horn, on a deer thing. So, but Batista with spray paint hair and eyebrows is unsettling. So. Anyway, that all keeps wrestling in the name of our show and everything else. So we covered some wrestling without JHawk's sports rant. I felt bad. And by the way,
I talk about fantasy football on here, and just because I know Zach doesn't like it, so
he likes it. Come on, Zach. But I will say this: I tried to hear the Browns radio to try to listen to the Zagura on Sirius, and they always have the other team. I don't know why. I'm trying to get the Brown next week. I'm gonna try it again, but I haven't been able to hear Zagura do the games. I know that XM has the NFL channel, so we'll be looking for IW Guide alum Nathan Zagura on the radio next weekend.
I would tell you to try the Brown Gap, but they have that region locked. So.
Oh, is it? Is that what it is too?
If you try to listen to the game through the Brown Gap, they have that region locked. If you're you have to be within a certain radius to Cleveland to actually get it.
Oh, that's so because if you do the MLB app and you pay, I think it's the $20 for the year, you can get both the away and home games for radio.
Yeah. Well, I do that for baseball. I don't know if the NFL app does that or not. I've never tried it, honestly. But
all right.
Shout out to whoever's in California listening to us, because you are now beat PA and New York and Michigan for number of downloads. So I'm pretty sure it's the Young Bucks.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's them and Excalibur. They seem like they're guys that would listen to us. So
probably.
Most likely. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I'd like to think that too, Butters.
If the Young Bucks and Excalibur are listening, I am free October 30th. I'm just throwing that out there.
If you need a referee for any of your Halloween needs, Hall of Fame ref Jared JHawk Hawkins is there for you. So
yeah, he doesn't even have to dress up. He's scary without the makeup.
I just put it on a tee, and Butters just like home run.
Fucking hitting dingers over here, baby.
Hitting dingers.
What happens when you throw 3 sliders in a row? But
the sports talk never stops. It's IW Guide.
Sorry, Zach. It is IW Guide.
Yeah.
I am from Cortland, Ohio, and my name is Butters.
I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm JHawk. Hey-o.
You're JHawk?
Jgold, JHawk, same thing.
If you're JHawk, who the fuck am I?
I was just thinking of you, JHawk. I'm sorry. I got all confused in my brain.
I live in a perpetual hell. I'm JHawk.
A perpetual hell. Yep.
Anybody see my TikTok this weekend? You know where I'm going with that.
This week is just a dried out cigar for JHawk. He just wanted to have something nice and it put it in his mouth and just crumbled into shit. So let's stay positive for JHawk this week.
Yeah, all I know is I really wanted ice cream yesterday and I didn't have any ice cream and I've been pissed off ever since.
Oh, I feel that, man. Yep.
So if anybody sees me this week with my birthday hitting this weekend, I will accept alcohol and ice cream.
Your birthday Saturday?
Yes.
Yes, let's go. Let's have
and
some
he can't even come to Ohio. He's got a wedding to go to, and then he's just going to be miserable at home.
JHawk, when I break fast from Yom Kippur on Saturday night, I'll be thinking of you, and I'll drink, and I'll send you something to drink yourself, my friend.
I'll appreciate that. And
Yes,
I'm
we gotta
taking
get the
Sunday
man
off of
some
work, but I fully expect to be hungover Sunday morning. And I'm going to find anything to do besides watch football, because I am not going to do that shit hungover.
And as we said, Toy Hio, as Butters just mentioned, Toy Hio is Saturday, everyone. So I hope if you're not JHawk or me, go to Toy Hio. I think our pal Young Ed is slinging barbecue with Brock.
Yep.
It's going to be nuts there. That is some lineup. We'll talk about that later. I'm sure Butters will give us more info as we sign off. But enjoy Toy Hio. It's going to be awesome this weekend.
Shout outs, Zach and Andrew. Thank you so much for the continued support.
Shout out. Sup.
And of course, the one and only Patty.
Hey, Patty.
Who
Patty, I wouldn't advise the Dave Batista movie. It wasn't great. I would say watch something else.
She wanted to check my fingers to see the burns on my fingers, but they'd cleared up by the time, so she didn't have to worry about it. But I think she said she was going in for I have it here somewhere. Where'd she go? There she is. Oh, she's going in for a root canal.
Oh boy.
On my today as we recorded. So I'm assuming she's doing okay. I told her that she should make sure she takes lots of the laughing gas, but she said they were going to Novocaine her up.
I did all my wisdom teeth pulled with just the gas, nothing else. So, but my brother's had like 4 root canals. So who knows?
Your brother just is like a shark. He just has all those extra teeth in his head. What he seems like.
Yeah. He's vicious. It is what it is.
He's a lawyer, man. He's a shark. He's what he does.
Legal counsel, Sam. If you're listening, legal counsel.
You talk about all the people we know in the legal community. If anybody ever wants to fuck with us, like we got your brother, we got the one and only man from Pittsburgh, PA, the gavel David Lawless, that'll fucking take care of shit for us.
Correct. We'll sick Zach from Rubber City Toys after you. He'll throw his X-Acto knives and whatever else he uses.
Talking about legal stuff, and now you're talking about sending like Dr. Giggles after him. Like,
I love that movie. What a great movie that was back then. Oh man. So what are we doing? What's on?
What is on this weekend, guys? Please tell me there's something good coming up.
What's on this weekend?
Sure. On the IWTV side that I found, Dreamwave Trick or Treat 2024, the Dreamwave Women's Championship, Maggie Lee versus my new favorite women's wrestler, Megan Bain. The Dreamwave Championship, Connor Hopkins versus El Vikingo. It's good to know that he's back. Dreamwave Alternative Championship, Marcus Mathers versus Dante Leon. Mustafa Ali versus Stephen Wolf. Warhorse Jake Parnell versus Colt Cabana. I'm sure the laughs will be fast and furious on that one.
Warhorse, man. I haven't heard that name in a hot minute.
I know. I thought Warhorse was gone. I thought he changed into that like Jake Parnell Dark or whatever he was doing.
Yeah, I thought he's something else now. That's interesting.
Yeah. Kylie Ray versus Billy Starks versus Brooke Havoc versus J-Rod. That's fun. The Tag Team Championship, the Hype versus the Hale Twins. Women's Alternative Champ. Wow, they just have tons of titles. Rebecca J. Scott versus Missy Kate. Channing Thomas versus Vic Capri. Kristen Rose versus Brooks Berna. And Tarly versus Ashley Alexander. There's a lot of belts on the line and lots of matches to watch. So that's on Saturday night.
Card. Holy crap.
Yeah. Saturday night at 7 o'clock.
Okay, well, Saturday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, Wrestling Revolver presents Epic Over Texas 2024 from the Epic in Grand Prairie, Texas. The event featured the sudden death scramble match. I don't have participants listed for that. But among the other matches on the card, you got Exodus Prime against Barrett Brown, Ace Austin defending the Revolver World title against Fuego del Sol, Lince Dorado defending the Remix title against Ninja Mac, MPX champion Demo Diamond against Sky de Lacrimosa, a 3-way hoss fight, Moose, Jake Something and Brick Savage, Burt Vixen against Tyen, Dub Club against the Scorn, and a tag team grudge match, Rich Swan and Matthew Palmer against Speedball Mike Bailey and Emmy Award winner Paul Walter Hauker.
That dude loves the business, huh?
Yes,
loves
he does.
It. Yeah.
That actually looks like if I was going to be home, I'd probably watch that show. Actually, there's a lot of really good stuff on that show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep throwing this out there too, even though it's not this weekend, but October 25th, Neo Pro Wrestling we have a match on the card now officially. The number one contender for the IW Guide title, Mikey Montgomery, will be taking on Sydney, who, if you remember, attacked him after getting eliminated. And Mikey is aiming to get some revenge on Sydney now. So that'll be happening at Neo Pro October 25th. It's a Friday night. There's lots of other people on that card. Trey Lamar, Big Sam Holloway, Dominic Garini are all on the card. So it's in Salem, Ohio. Tickets are on sale now. Go get them. We are an official sponsor of that. We're going to be partnering with them for the foreseeable future and doing some stuff there. Potentially bringing in the IW Guide champion to defend the belt there. We'll see what happens. So, yeah.
Neo Pro, where dreams do come true.
Getting back on track, man. We've been in a holding pattern for a long time, and I'm like,
yeah,
I can start making stuff happen. So it's starting to happen. So let's get on board now. We'll be posting content up on our Patreon and on our YouTube. When that match happens, we'll have access to that, so we'll put that up for everybody to see. It'll be on all our social media, and you'll kind of be able to follow the story from there. Also, this month's watch along will be getting recorded hopefully sometime in the next week or two. It'll be Jgold, JHawk, and I, and we're gonna watch this really famous backyard wrestling match.
Fuck yeah.
That I'm super excited for because it has some of the craziest shit I've ever seen in it, and I can't wait to show this to the guys. So it'll be real fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
Doing a review.
And this week we are going to review the GT Lightning Invitational Tournament 2024. Which took place over 2 shows on September 28, 2024 from the Tadmore Shrine in Akron, Ohio.
And I have to say, thank you to AIW for getting that YouTube $6.99 subscription ready so I could watch the show, because I was sitting around that day wondering what was going to happen. I'm like, am I going to get to see J-Lit? And bam, there it was. And I got to see Wadsworth and Alberti on my screen, and we got a chance to watch it at home. So that was cool. And I got to see you two knuckleheads the whole time in the background down at ringside. But yeah, I think if we could talk about that for a minute, I think the 2 tiers that they have going on there is very reasonable. I think $6.99 is good for live shows as long as they're, pumping out more shows. Hopefully we'll get some kind of surprise, Halloween show, who knows, but I'd like to get something there. And then into the new year, seeing, live shows for $6.99 is not bad at all. The $14 tier for the entire catalog is, pretty reasonable too. There's a lot of people who go back and watch, old AIW. So, it's a good thing. It was great that I got a chance to be able to do this with you guys. So, I'd like to hear your experiences, from the show line, but mine from home. Everything came out pretty good. The first maybe 20 minutes, the sound was a little bit off, but otherwise it kind of evened itself out throughout the night.
Well, I had the general admission ticket for the 2 night, and they ended up upgrading me to 3rd row for the 2 night for the 2 show. So
yeah, the house was a little light, especially for the first show.
Yeah,
which it always is. It's always how it is, because it's a bunch of singles matches. Even though it's some really cool different things, it's still a bunch of singles matches.
I don't think it's so much like all single matches. I just think because it is a tournament, people just want to see who wins the tournament, and they don't necessarily care about the first round matchup, regardless of what they are.
You know what? That's the one thing I have a problem with, is that because when I went to the J Cup here 2 years in a row, they did one full day, and then the other one they did 2 days, and both days they had a good crowd. For the first round they had a good crowd. I mean, I just think it's just something that happens with J-Lit, where the first night, that first morning is just, they just don't get a big crowd. I'm not sure why. I love a good tournament. I could sit there all day, but I guess I'm an exception to the rule.
I'm the same way. I love tournaments as well. I love 1 day tournaments as well. So I'm glad they made the 2 shows in 1 day, as opposed to doing 2 different days. Because I prefer. To me, there's more storytelling in a 1 day tournament. And they had a show last night. They had time to rest after the first round. They really didn't have time to rest after the first round this time. They had to go out and do it again in a couple hours.
Yeah,
to me, the storytelling's better that way. Yeah,
I'm with you. I also kind of figured doing it in 1 day, you'd have just people showing up, for 1 day. You're not asking too much to come back. You're not doing that middle of the day fresh meat, which I'm sad they didn't do. But yeah, I mean, I think doing it in one day is a good idea.
I personally like the round robin style tournament. I think there's more things you can play with than that.
Like the G1.
Yeah, G1
Okay.
Continental Classic, that kind of thing. I really, really, really dug the Continental Classic last year. I like that.
The problem with a tournament like that is that if you get a guy injured, right, your whole bracket is, the whole group block is fucked. So you have one really good match, and let's say one or two of those guys get hurt, you're completely fucked going down the line if you're running, those long-term tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, New Japan doesn't where if somebody gets hurt, they just forfeit the rest of their match in the tournament, and they kind of change the booking based off of that. It's not that's not difficult like you think.
I don't think that's ideal for the promoter. That's not ideal for the promoter. That's why I'm thinking they don't do those long ones. It's definitely not ideal for them.
It's not ideal for indie wrestling in general to do a round robin like that. The last company that tried was St. Louis Anarchy during COVID, and you saw how that went. I think they booked it twice and it fell apart twice. So,
and you really can't do it on the indie scene because even not even so much people getting hurt. You have no guarantee if somebody's going to get signed. Or if you're going to book a day that somebody already got booked, but you didn't plan that far ahead for which day you're doing. There are too many outside factors to try out on the independent level. I would love to see somebody try it, but I don't think it's feasible.
Yeah, that would be a cool idea. You're 100% right, though. You can't make something go 6 months. You might not have any of your final matchups in 6 months down the line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you book like at a shindy, maybe if you like book that at like Real Action Pro Wrestling, it might work.
I can tell you right now, it wouldn't.
You're not going to have JHawk in 6 months.
Yeah, well, you're right. There wouldn't be enough people there. There'd only be I think there's only like 5 guys on the roster anyway, so can't really do a tournament with 5 guys.
The problem with Real Action Pro Wrestling trying it is the people there all work other places that all seem to run at the same day, so you never know. You never know for which month you have who. And that's the nature of indie wrestling. That's why there's no indie promotion really going to be able to do it. We could have done it at the Shamrock back in the day when we were working every Tuesday.
Oh my god! Every Tuesday at the Shamrock would have been sweet. That'd have been really cool to do something like that.
But that's the only way that's going to work. If you have something like that where you're running a show every week and you're the only one running within a reasonable distance.
Dude, I would kill to have an indie that had like good workers like AIW be able to run a weekly show on like a Tuesday. That'd be so fucking fire.
What about Wrestling Open now and forever?
I don't like Wrestling Open.
Oh, Ethan Page is on Raw, by the way. There he is. Hey, all ego.
Fucking Jgold not paying attention again.
It's AIW adjacent. Let's go. I'm always staying relevant. Anyway, let's talk about the matches.
Okay, so we open up. You can watch this for free on YouTube. 4-way match: Shawn Michaels, Jay Garcia, Austin James, and Shelby Wilder.
Shelby!
Man, I'm glad that they got some time. I like all 4 of those guys. So good match. Always fun to see. And they always get people hyped. Shelby is just really somebody's starting to notice because he's getting on a little bit more and more and more. He was fantastic on the interview last week, I gotta say. He's money. Shelby's money. All 4 of those guys are money. I like watching them.
That came to me after this match. I was sitting there and I was so excited for him and he won. And I'm like, we're interviewing Pedro. I was like, I gotta let him know that we're recording back in that room and let him know that he can pop in if he wants. And
did he legit climb through a window?
Yeah. There's a window. It's like a coat check-in area, and he fucking climbed through it. Yeah.
Yeah, they had it covered up with a curtain. Like that was legit too.
Yeah,
they had it covered up with a curtain.
He like poked his head through. Yeah, he poked his head through and was like, Pedro. And then he climbed through.
Oh, that's the best.
Yep. Took my mic from me, and then he's talking about you, and I was like, that's gonna be a great surprise. Like I wanted to tell you so bad about it, but I'm like, nope, I gotta keep my mouth shut because it's gonna be such a fun surprise.
My dude, I love that. Oh, anyway, what's next?
It was Shelby Wilder getting his first ever win, and from there we have the tournament. The entire first show were the first round match of the tournament, and we open with last year's winner Eric Taylor taking on Colin Delaney, who continued his streak of being the only person to be in every J-Lit.
Yeah, we could rapid fire probably through these matches and then get into like the second show.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this? I loved Colin Delaney doing all the Undertaker shit, sitting up.
Just reliable. Yep.
Yeah, just the fucking tombstone off the second rope was fucking sweet.
Yep.
A lot of good stuff. And
Absolutely
Colin signed my Colin Delaney action figure for me while he was having a beer, so appreciate that.
The one with the long face.
Yeah.
It's such a weird face in that figure.
It's the only figure they got of him. I got it nice and mint and got him signed. Fucking Razor Man did the same thing, got himself one and was getting it signed too. I was like, why you got to copy me, Razor Man? Why you got to copy me?
Oh, the Razor Man's the best.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
JHawk?
Yeah, but good little match. Great way to open up the tournament. Eric Taylor gets the win to advance. From there, we have Slim J against Mikey Montgomery, and I think that might have been my favorite match of the entire first round.
I was going to say that. Yeah. Slim J he was AEW for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was signed to like AEW,
mostly Ring of Honor, but I think he should have AEW once or twice.
But I haven't seen that dude. I didn't watch him that much on any of the other TV, but I was very impressed by him. He is just, the whole thing is great. And of course, Mikey delivering again.
Mikey is a perfect guy to go up against him because like Slim J has like all these crazy fucking moves that he comes up with. And like Mikey can take all of them and stuff like that. So it was really cool.
Yep.
And Mikey was my pick to win the whole thing this year. I'm on the Mikey train, so I was happy he picked up the win here.
Oh, I picked Big Sam and Mikey. Those were my two that I wanted as well. Those are the only two that I love seeing, our favorites in there, but I said the responsible winners would be Mikey or Big Sam. So we'll get to that.
Who I wanted were Mikey and Big Sam. Who I predicted was different. We'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Uh-huh.
From there, we have another first round match, and this was another fantastic one. We had Matt Mikowski against Filthy Tom Lawler.
Every time I see Mikowski, I'm more and more like impressed. I know he was derailed for a bit during it was either COVID or somebody tore up his ACL. But he's great. He's great. He looks great. His presentation is great, and him versus Tom is the exact matchup. I think, Butters, you even mentioned it when we first started discussing J-Lit, that was the match you wanted to see too. So that was a good booking over there.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You got two guys who very good with the mat work, but also know pro wrestling. So it's not boring mat work at all. I love what these guys are doing here.
Yep.
Filthy Tom gets the win, and we go to Tyson Riggs against Dominic Garrini. I want to know how much Tyson Riggs paid these people to cheer for him all night.
I was cheering for him in my fucking house, and I loved Dom. But Man Bear Pig Kid is really starting to evolve. He needs better trunks, but otherwise he's really starting to get there.
He had definitely improved quite a bit. I will give him that. I think
they love him.
This was the one result that really shocked the hell out of me. Tyson Riggs got the win, and I was just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I mean, I know like Thorne is big time on him now, and I'm just honestly, he's getting better and better. And as much as I like to use him as a little joke, unbelievable. What the hell happened there? It's unbelievable. Anyway.
Yeah, I can't cheer for him. He snubbed the show, so
right. Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing why I always have a mixed loyalty, Butters.
He's in our black book.
He named names. He's been banned from Hop Sing. Right, JHawk? You get the Seinfeld reference, right? Catching me?
I get the reference. Yeah,
catching what I'm throwing out. Anyway, yeah, all right. Man, Bear, Pig, Kid advances.
Oh, dude, Josh. I gotta send you something on Instagram later. I sent it to Two Legs and he fucking lost it. It's a Seinfeld thing. I'll send it to you. It's really fucking funny.
Yeah, we come back from intermission. It is Trey Lamar against Titus Alexander. Now, admittedly, I missed about the first half of this. I don't know if Butters went back to watch it or not. I didn't get a chance to. We were doing the interview with Pedro at intermission. We missed the first half.
Yeah. We were.
You only need to know that these are two guys who were meant to be in the ring together. Titus Alexander's getting better and better. My goodness. I never heard of him until I saw him at ETU. I don't watch a lot of the stuff that he's in, but I was very impressed. And Trey Lamar is just awesome. It's almost time to give Trey Lamar some sort of run with something, I think.
Everybody said Titus Alexander looked like Ethan Page and our buddy Dalton. So they're calling him Dalton Page.
I like that.
And that's what I think of. He looks like Ethan, like a young Ethan Page to me.
He's a little thicker. Yeah, he's a good wrestler.
He's thinner in the face, but he's got the more muscle mass on him, and he's one of those West Coast exports that's just really, really good. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, he got a concussion during this match, and
is that what the injury was? I didn't pick up. Okay,
he couldn't continue on.
Damn.
With the second round. So
what Titus Alexander getting the win. From there, we've got Derek Dillinger accompanied by Katie Arquette against Tyler Jordan.
Tyler just busting out more fucking WWE ruthless aggression era just moves out of everywhere. I mean, Derek roughed him up pretty good, but Tyler's just pulling out all kinds of new crazy shit every time.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think while Tyler doesn't really have a gimmick, he has the ring part of it down really fucking good. If he could get like a really good character on him, I think
who he should be. I was thinking of this one, Butters.
Special there.
Butters, you watch the Penguin?
Yeah,
he could be Vic in the Penguin. he just has this like babyish look to him, but he could also be ruthless. So I'd like to see him kind of use some of that freshness, like his little because he's a baby face, a white meat baby face. Like he's got to he needs an edge, like he needs some sort of darkness to him. So maybe we could get him in there. But yes, every time you say that, by the way, I think of all the moves he does, and they are all 2006 WWE SmackDown.
he does them flawlessly. I'm not saying it's a problem. It's just I really wish like he could get a character like that really works for him, that would, like you said, give him some edge. Yeah. And I think you got money right there. I mean, he's built fucking just good. Like I hate to say it, but like, we keep going with this Cassius King in this circle with Cassius King and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Throw him in with that. I think, maybe turn him something. I think there's something there for him. Like
no more slapping hands, Tyler. No more slapping hands and smiling. Let's go.
No, I definitely think that kid got it. He looked great. He already got the in-ring down. He got a charisma about him. It's not like he's uncharismatic. It's just he doesn't really have a character. That's the only thing missing.
You remember when we said to Magnum that he needed to get a little more violent in his feud with like Derek and stuff like that? Tyler, get violent. Let's go. Find that space and get violent, because we like what you're throwing out there. You just need a little more edge.
Tyler Jordan gets the win. From there, we have our semifinal of the first show. Matthew Justice with Bill Alfonso taking on Jake Hager.
These guys. This is a sub match.
I take my seat at the end of the third row, and I tell Butter, I'm going to get at the end here, because if they fight out in the crowd, it can't keep for me to move. He go, it's the first show. They're not going to fight out in the crowd. And I'm like, it's a Matthew Justice match. They're going in the crowd. Guess what? They went in the crowd.
They went in the crowd. They destroyed the merch tables. I was saying because I had my daughter next to me. I go, not the merch tables. They're thrown up against the picture wall. The step and repeat. I mean, oh my God! Like they were just beating the shit out of each other. Hager, I don't know if anybody met him, but what a dude! Like he's up for anything in there. That was great.
Yeah, he seemed really nice. I caught a little bit of a conversation he was having with Two Legs and stuff like that. He seemed really, really
was
chill.
Was he doing pictures or no?
He did pictures. Everybody I know that came up to the show was specifically to meet him and get pictures with him. Like my boss was there with his kids. Of course, you got the item collectors with their wagon full of shit to get signed, and all those guys. Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was selling the purple hats.
I like that.
Killing off the purple hat.
Boy. Huh. Well,
I know he signed a figure for Patty, because I sold a figure to Patty. So
AEW one or WWE one?
AEW one.
Yeah,
I didn't get my amazing red card signed because we were busy with the interview after the show, and I guess he came out and signed for a couple minutes, but I missed him, so I got this unsigned amazing red card. It's still unsigned, so I might have to send it to you, Josh. And if he's on a show out your way, you can get it signed for me.
It's so strange. Can you say that? And then like out of nowhere, I'll be at a show and he'll be on it like out of nowhere. So maybe we'll make that happen when I see you in November.
Yeah. I'll give it to you, put it in your fanny pack, and then just carry it with you until you see him.
Yep. We'll figure that out. But yeah, he's around in the New York area a ton. It's just, it's a lot of those like offshoots out of nowhere. So we'll see. I'm sorry you didn't get it signed.
You know what? If it was between getting that signed and getting this interview, the interview was a million times more important to me.
Yeah.
And was a million times more memorable than meeting Amazing Red for real quick, a one-off. But getting to talk with Pedro, and like we've talked a bunch since, like we've been texting back and forth a bunch since, to like really set up this series of interviews with him, and like people are chomping at the bit to like call in with questions, and I'm like, well, the call-in line's dead. Like we didn't use it for 6 months. It's disabled. Like they put the number back out in circulation. So I was like, I'll either have to get another one, which I don't know if I want to do, or we can just do like DMs and emails and like do a thread on like for questions.
People can send us questions, sure.
Because some people want to be anonymous Pedro when they ask things. So.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, this match.
Jake Hager gets the win.
Jake Hager ended up somehow beating Matthew Justice, which I couldn't believe.
I hope Fonzie had a place to stay that night. That's all That's all I know. I feel like Fonzie comes in.
I'm sure he probably stayed with the big man.
Yeah. What was that? Wasn't the main? What was the main? I'm blanking out. JHawk, go ahead.
Main event was Isaiah Broner against Big Cam Holloway.
That's it. Yeah. That's a good one. By the way. So we can just slow down real quick. He didn't really dislocate his jaw or his face while he was wrestling in this match, did he?
No, he was faking it.
I like that very much. He had me going there for a minute.
Oh, I know. You were texting me, freaking out.
I got very nervous. I was nervous,
and like the whole crowd was like deathly silent while it was happening, because they were like, they first started kind of cheering it, and then they're like, oh no, something's wrong. And then it got like deathly quiet, like nobody was cheering. It was dead silent, and he's like just hollering. And then I talked to Sam loves to do that shit. Like when he was faking that leg injury, that he talked to me for like 20 minutes about it before the one show, and then he actually wasn't hurt. Like he likes
kayfabe, brother.
He likes to kayfabe and keep it going on us.
Yeah.
But from what I was told, no, he did not actually dislocate his jaw.
God, good for you, Sam. Good for you.
But it puts over Broner strikes, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And I love Broner, and I think he's going to put himself in IW Guide title contention eventually if we can start booking him. So 2
behemoths beating the crap out of each other.
We'll see. I don't know. Let's see if Derek gets past Mikey. We'll see. I talked to Bobby Beverly today. The Bev. We got in contact and we talked for a little bit today. So I mean, there's a death match to be had with Derek and the Bev for that belt. If it can eventually happen. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Nice.
Well, anyway. JHawk, take it away, sir.
Big Cam getting the win to close off show 1. We go to show 2, and we had a pre-show match. It was Alex Melee and Vic Vike against Jay Garcia and Dominic Guarini. A little shocked to see Dominic in the pre-show match here, but it was such a stacked card, though. Where else were you going to put them?
No, I had some ideas for another match, but Dom working with the students makes a lot of sense. He's got Zay Garcia as his second anyway, so like why not do something with them and kind of work with the students and get them some time? So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And what better way to see where the students are than working in there with them?
Right.
Yeah, basic tag match. Nothing spectacular, nothing bad. Dominic and Jay Garcia get the win.
Mm-hmm.
And the main show starts off with our semifinal. The semifinal were 4-way matches this year. And the first one was Mikey Montgomery, Trey Lamar, Tyler Jordan, and Tyson Rigg.
Great match.
I props to Tyson Rigg for keeping up with these 3 guys. I felt like he was going to be out of place, and he held it go.
Yep, great match. And I wanted to see Man Bear Pig Kid win this, actually. I felt bad that I was rooting against Mikey. And then at one point I was like, yes, this kid's going to actually do it. And no, it didn't happen. But, he really held his own. He did.
I actually thought he was going to win it at 1.2. And I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Well, I knew that if he was going to win it, it was going to be one of those I'm going to steal it type wins. And they teased it at one point. And I was about to be real fucking angry. Yeah. But Mikey did win. So I was like, thank God, because I love Mikey. So I was very happy that he pulled it off. And it actually really got me involved for the finals, because then I was like, oh man, the final match, Mikey's in it. All right, this is good stuff. Like, who's he gonna face? And yeah, so it got me hyped going into the rest of the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I do wish Titus Alexander would have gotten hurt and could have been in this match, but I would have loved to have seen him work with Mike. I would love to have seen him work with Tyler Jordan.
Yeah.
From there, we have our second semifinal match, another 4-way. This one is Eric Taylor, Jake Hager, Cam Holloway, and Tom Lawler.
This was a fun one too. Absolutely. I like Jake. I like what Jake Hager's thrown out there, and I thought all the people involved in this match. This was a fun one.
Yeah, Jake Hager, it's like just like with all these other guys, they kind of get backstage, they kind of get the feel for everything, and then he came out, changed his music out, and came out and just with the whole character, and it was really fun. It was fun to see him kind of goof around and have fun with it.
You like to see guys like kind of embrace. Nobody's above going into and working and getting your skills better or trying things out in front of a different crowd. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing wrong with some of these guys, because they're all young, who are were on television, coming back to the indies and enjoying themselves again. I look at Cardona. All you have to do is enjoy yourself, and things are going to work out, and people feel it. So I say good on Jake Hager, because that was a fun match.
Eric Taylor getting the win to advance to the final. We got the Mikey Montgomery, Eric Taylor final that we'll talk about a little bit later on.
Mm-hmm.
From there, we've got the Intense Championship on the line. Wes Barkley defending against Matt Mikowski.
Yeah,
I thought this was going to be a mess, because I'm like, Wes isn't a technical wrestler, so this isn't going to be good. And this match was actually pretty decent. I really like this match. It wasn't bad.
Wow, that's high praise for a Wes match for you.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Holy
what I'm
moly.
saying. I remember not being appalled by it. So
maybe the young fella's turning a corner in your eyes. Holy moly.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Ring of Honor's own Wes Barkley. Well, yeah, it was good enough. It really was. And it solidifies Wes. I don't know if he needs that belt. I think someone else should be holding it. Trey, even Mikey down, should probably be there should be other guys with that belt right now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Wes Barkley retaining the championship. From there, we get the only women's match we had over 2 shows, and granted, you couldn't throw one in on the first show, but it was the debuting Megan Bain taking on Jacqueline Navarro.
Lovely. Love the match. Really did. Like seeing women beat the shit out of each other. Like, yeah. Like, go on, Joss. Go on, Megan. Beat each other's ass. Megan Bain has such a presence in the ring, and Jocelyn is just so scrappy. Like, you don't ever not believe that Jocelyn will fuck you up. Like, you just know, you're like, I'm not getting on her bad side. I don't really need to get my ass kicked. And Megan Bain is just this statuesque, talent, and it just worked. They had very good chemistry. I know they've wrestled before, so they had very good chemistry.
Yeah, word of advice: if you're going to a wrestling show and Jacqueline's on it, don't talk shit to her. Yeah,
what was that? She went in the crowd. What was that dude doing?
I didn't even hear it. I don't know what he said.
She was mad. That's
he was
all
on the
I
opposite side of the ring from me, so I didn't hear it. But
yeah, that's stupid. Whatever he did was stupid, and she was mad. And you probably shouldn't do that. And it probably was because you could talk shit to Jocelyn. You obviously crossed the line, and just don't be fucking stupid.
First of all, I wouldn't talk shit to Jocelyn because she's my friend, and she's a very nice person. But if I'm gonna talk shit to her, I'm not gonna say some off the wall shit that's gonna get her to attack me.
Don't get fucked up. That's what it is. Yep.
Okay, I get she's a heel. You can talk shit to a heel,
right?
But especially when you're talking to a woman who can heal, there is a line that you've got to keep an eye on.
Of course.
And Jocelyn will fuck you up if you pick her off.
Yep, she sure will. She'll come in there and just punch you square in the jaw. That's just a guy who obviously was waiting for something. He just dumb enough to do that. But anyway, good match. Love it. Love Megan Bain. Love Jocelyn. Really love Megan Bain. But yeah, great match.
Good match. Jacqueline gets the win. first time in that you very rarely win. We don't know when she's coming back. So, I mean, I know some people were questioning the result here, but it made sense.
Yeah, I mean, she's working a lot of indies. She's all over the place. So if they bring her back and do some other stuff, who knows? But, there was nothing wrong with whoever won that match. It didn't matter either way.
Okay, so from there, we get the absolute champion, Chuck Stone, with the open challenge. And Shelby Wilder enters the call. And goddamn, was this match really good. I expected it to be Chuck Stone just beating the shit out of Shelby Wilder, like maybe a couple of hope spots. No, Shelby got a lot in this match, and it was really fucking good. Like, people were actually biting that the title might change here.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I love Chuck on the mic and stuff.
Did we not touch on Violent J?
Oh,
who was on commentary during this and beat up the Duke.
And he got in all his advertising and everything else he wanted to get in.
Yeah.
Apparently, though, he got Steve Guy and the Duke mixed up. He was yelling at the Duke for a pink jacket. It was Steve Guy wearing the pink jacket. That was a little weird, but
yes, that was funny.
Yes, Violent J he's something. And I know Wadsworth loved being with him on commentary, but that was something else.
I pulled some strings. Got one of my favorite albums from Violent J signed.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the Wizard of the Hood signed. Both the CD cool. And the cover. So I'm gonna get a thing to put that on my wall. So that'll be cool.
I'm gonna ask you, Jgold. I know you watch the YouTube feed.
Yeah.
As somebody who only heard Violent J do commentary on like the really early thing where they were just screwing around, how was he on commentary here? He's
literally fine. He sells a lot. Like I forgot who did like a big movie. He's just like, yo, fuck on his head. He's like that. Like he'll give it to you. He wasn't like mailing it in.
I know I know he called Shelby a warrior at one point because that was like a big thing. And like Shelby was doing all the dives to the outside. And then he did the over the ring post dive, which is, an IW Guide special. We fucking love that move here in IW Guide land. So shout out to our boy Shelby for hitting it.
So you remember, Chuck's like it almost looks like a Dominator into like a shoulder breaker move.
His power bomb onto his knee. Yeah.
Yeah. So Violent J's like, I'm not taking that move. Who do you know that's taking that move? I'm not taking that. Looks dangerous. Like he was doing like that, and it was great. Like he was selling it like it was going to kill somebody. So yeah, he was good. I had no issues with it. I thought his promo made me laugh more when he was like hyping his company. We got a wrestling company, JCW, blah blah. Like, okay, man, is this an AIW show or a JC? Like, what are we doing? But otherwise he was great on commentary. He didn't mail it in or anything.
It was Chuck Stone retaining. No real surprise, although I would have loved the upcut so much. Like, I'm not going to lie.
I think Chuck's coming into his own also. Another one. I like that match. And I like Chuck on the mic. He did some intermission work in between in the morning. He came on the mic during intermission when Dustin got up and he said some funny shit. And I like Chuck's personality. I know some people, Chuck is a acquired taste, but I like him.
All right, we do have intermission here. We come back from intermission with the tag team championship on the line. PME accompanied by Bel Alfonso taking on the production.
Good match. Another one. They have all four of them have good chemistry together. They've been working together for years. I don't expect anything else. Derek is what he is. Derek's going to give you everything on that heel side. And PME is just the most well-oiled tag team in the indies. Like if you watch them go together, I just don't know where you go in AIW, what you do with tag teams. Every time we see PME out there, I'm like, now what? That's my only problem.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need to get some new challenger for PME, which things up a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, this match was really good. Funky at ringside is always great. Like it's got the point where if Funky's not on a show, I'm sad. He's just fantastic.
Yeah.
PME retaining. And from there, we get Joey Janela against Slim J.
Another fun one.
This match was a long one, but a crazy one.
A long one.
They went about 15. They did the double down just before the 10-minute mark. I'm like, okay, good. A nice, good pace. They're right in a good spot to go home and double down perfect. And then they went another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was good stuff, but it's like you did the double down already. Like I'm ready for it to go home at this point. As good as it was, and I like both these guys. I love Slim J.
Yeah.
2 minutes is all you need after the double down. You don't need 5 minutes.
Yep.
I mean, that would be my only gripe with this match. It was really good.
Yeah, during intermission, I was waiting on Pedro to come in because we were going to try to record during intermission. And I ended up watching Alex Melee get some promo photos taken and then Slim J came in and took some promo photos. So I was talking with X Turnbuckle on Instagram. He's one of the photographers there. So I was chatting with him and we're talking about different conventions and stuff like that, and just another contact, to have in the company.
Yeah.
So it was a real good conversation with him. So it was cool to meet him and BS with him a bit. We were sharing that space with the photographers when there was also a podcasting studio for that day.
All right, Joey Janela gets the win. And from there, we get a match that we had not seen in over 20 years. M-Dog Matt Croc against Amazing Red. I did talk to Matt Croc a little bit before the show, but I've lost track of how many times I've worked Matt Croc matching over the year. And I told him I'm really excited to see this match. I wish it was 2014 instead of 2024. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if they would have done this match 10 years ago before some of the injury got to the guy? And it was still really goddamn good.
No, it was very good. It was very, very good. It what was it? What do we say? Like it hit all the right notes and it got you right where you needed, like satisfying wise. It was a very satisfying match to watch.
Yeah, I talked with Matt Cross at Wrestle Rager about coming on the podcast, and he said that the only problem with coming on a podcast, like he would do it, but he's so afraid to give away good stories because he wants to do his own podcast with J-Pro one day, and then he wouldn't have any good stories to tell. And I'm like, you just got to figure out which ones are worth it and which ones you can kind of give away.
Right.
But yeah, he said that he might come on one day, so.
That would be fun. I would love to talk to Matt Cross. That would be fun. I only want to ask him about Lucha Underground.
Right. Lucha Underground. I want to ask him about XPW and like CZW back in the day, and that's about it. I don't want to talk about current stuff.
Yeah.
Just like you said, like that and like one or two other promotions. So maybe we'll convince him. We'll keep on.
Yeah, we don't need to steal all his stories. Yeah, we just want to talk to him about a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do what I would do with Pedro and basically like, hey, this show we did together. Let's talk about this one.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, I'd leave that to you guys because you know more of Matt Cross. Do you think the people in Ohio appreciate Amazing Red like they do on the East Coast, or no?
I don't think so, only because he wasn't in Ohio all that often.
Mm-hmm.
Like JT brought him in, obviously. That's why they did this match. It was done in Cleveland All Pro.
Right.
But my knowledge, that was really it.
Yeah.
Working in Ohio. Like, even I don't think I ever call Red Rec going Ohio myself. All the Red matches I watched were Ring of Honor.
Or TNA. But yeah, like that's why I was like really hyped when I saw this announced, because like I never thought I'd ever see Amazing Red because he only does like those New Japan shots and like random stuff in New York. And I was like, I'll never get to see him. I think he on the GCW show in New York, that the one that you ran?
The one that we were all at together at Hammerstein? I don't believe so. JHawk, do you have that card there? The GCW homecoming show?
I can pull it up.
January 2022.
The day that Dalton gave me COVID.
Okay, so I'm only showing 3 matches at the Hammerstein for Amazing Red. None of them are GCW. TNA house show where he beat Jay Lethal for the X Division title, which I don't remember at all. The ROH 10th anniversary show where he teamed with TJ Perkins and lost to the House of Truth.
Oh.
And then that one New Japan card that they had at the Hammerstein in 2019. Teamed with Goto and Ishii to beat Jake Owens, Ghetto, and Jay White.
Cool.
So there's your wrestling history lesson for the day. Amazing Red had 3 matches at the Hammerstein and went 2-1.
That's what we do. That's how we do for people.
So yeah, that's the only way I would have seen him would have been like something crazy like that, so I never would have expected to see him. So I was really excited to see this match. So
yep.
And that did what it needed to do. Like you said, hit all the right notes. It was a fun ride. Definitely one of those things where like he's like your region's Matt Cross and J Pro, where like we had Matt Cross and J Pro, you had like Amazing Red and Homicide were like everybody two like legends Homicide. That everybody worships. So
and now you have me wishing J Pro wasn't retired so we could get that 4-way match.
Or a tag.
That'd
be fucking fire.
Okay. and they put each other over on the mic afterward, put over JT. And then we have our main event, the tournament final. Eric Taylor against Mikey Montgomery. Eric Taylor comes out wearing the old Bitcoin Boy jersey. I mean, credit to Eric Taylor for having the foresight of having that jersey to taunt Mikey Montgomery just in case that wound up being the final.
Right. And they played the old Bitcoin Boys song when he came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the song I kind of get, but kind of, WWE keeps all the fucking music. I mean, I get having the song handy, but yeah, not an issue there at all.
I mean, I thought the match was good. I disagree with the booking. I do not think there's any need for Eric Taylor to have won. If you're trying to tell a story of Eric Taylor being more interested in Chuck's title and they're all together, okay. But there's a different. You could have told it differently. I would have liked to have seen someone elevated with that. I would have. I'd like to have seen Mikey go to the stratosphere after winning that.
I could sit and pick apart the booking all day long. We used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't care enough anymore. It's that I know they're going to do something with it. Mm-hmm. I can't control what they're going to do. I'm just going to roll with them anymore. Like, yeah, I would have loved to see Mikey win this. But you know what? I have a feeling Mikey's going to come out on top after the fact anyway. I think this is just setting up like something even bigger. And I think this kind of reignited some of the stuff between Mikey and them. And I feel like there's more to come. I think
they love making Mikey the underdog. Like that's his role.
That he can do that character very well. Yeah. And I think that they have some very interesting plans. I think it's not so much that I have faith, but I have a feeling that there's more to, okay, he's the first time, 2-time, back-to-back, whatever. Okay, you can have that. But I think Mikey's going to end up with the belt before Eric does, or Eric's going to win it and then lose it immediately to Mikey. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Mikey's story isn't done with that, and he's going to end up with that belt sooner or later. So I think it's just a matter of telling the story, making it happen. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. That was just how I wanted it to go.
Yeah. On the way to the show, Butter asked me, who do you think going to win the tournament? And I go, I just got a feeling it's Eric Taylor. And he goes, back to back? I went, I got no logical reason for it. It's just a gut feeling. I just have this feeling Eric Taylor walking away with it. Yeah. I didn't want to be right. I wanted either Mike or Cam, but that was just a gut feeling. And and right now, like still, I had no, trying to think of what the story was for it. Didn't have anything in mind. That was just my feeling. Yeah, that was my day of the show feeling. Should have put money on it. I might be able to afford to go to a more show. But
well, I thought it was a very well run tournament. I think the AIW doesn't get enough credit for the J-Lit. It's really well run. It's so exciting. Like the first round to me is always super exciting. I liked the 4-man, semis. It was good. I didn't have any issues all around. I thought the whole thing was good.
Yeah, I agree. I think I know they were the reimagined tournament. They only had the one day to work with, but I kind of hope they keep the format moving forward. Honestly,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it. I think the more enjoyable part was definitely the Pedro interview for me, just on a personal level. Like I enjoyed like being able to go back and breaking up the interview with wrestling. That was kind of fun.
That is cool.
But like definitely very hectic trying to get things going on and like praying that like something didn't happen that needed Pedro's immediate attention while we were recording and stuff like that. So we got super lucky. We ended up recording after the show for another like 20 minutes. First time taking my equipment out on the road to record that way. Was very hectic, very painstaking, and took a lot of work to get that episode to come out the way it did. So even if it wasn't the best, it still was just, yeah. So a lot of lessons learned. That's why I think the next time we have Pedro on next month, it's going to be over Zoom, where we can kind of control the audio a little bit better and that kind of thing. And it'll be a lot easier to do. Plus then Jgold, you can be there. You can ask, your questions I'm sure you have of him, and we'll mix them in with listener questions, because it's going to be an Ask Pedro Anything episode. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm very curious. I have a lot. I don't know enough. He to me is like such a mysterious character across indie wrestling because I feel like if you say his name anywhere, everybody knows him. And so that leads to just really fun shit when he opens his mouth. So, it's interesting and I can't wait to get that opportunity. But this tournament itself, it just I'm sure the logistics for him are insane. I'm sure bringing in all these guys is insane, but it ran really well on TV. It ran smoothly. The YouTube stream was really smooth. So, I'm hopeful for the future with this YouTube stuff that they'll have a lot more options because seeing, they put up some commercials that they have, they put up, they give you more vignettes. Like, so there's a lot of opportunity here when they control their own stuff.
I think we're all in agreement then. We're going to do a thumbs up. How are we actually scoring the Butter? What are you doing out of 5? Whatever.
I'm going to give the Day Show 3 out of 5 pumpkin bombs. And I'm going to give the Night Show 5 out of 5 pumpkin bombs. There was a really good mix. I wasn't bored by the end of the show. I did have to get up and like move around and stuff like that because it was just a really long day. But the tournament final being the main event really kept me involved. So I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 pumpkin bombs.
Pumpkin bombs.
Yeah, like the
yeah
Green Goblin pumpkin bomb. Yeah.
Yes, the Green Goblin. I do my normal thing. I give it 2 thumbs. I liked it. I thought it was super entertaining, and it made my Saturday. So, yeah, all around.
Okay, well, can I what the JT Lightning Invitational Tournament? I'm going to go ahead and give both shows combined for your boy out of 5.
Oh, I like that. I need to come up with a gimmick. Damn it. All right, I'll get it for the next one.
You could do wiener nibbles. Or how many hot dogs you're going to steal.
I give it 5 wiener nibbles out of 5. Anyway.
5 fucking...
If you have a bad show that you would rate negative, are you going to rate those like Kirkham Kitchen out of 5? Or
he's gonna rate them be like 5 long boy glizzies.
No, I'll do that.
A long way.
Sure. But I like wiener nibbles better.
Wiener nibbles.
Yep. Anyway, plugs.
Follow me, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at JHawk, Instagram at JHawk1539. Next Saturday, the 19th, Real Action Pro Wrestling is presenting their annual Halloween show, the big Halloween costume battle royal, and a bunch of other matches as well. I should be able to plug the lineup next week. I didn't think of pulling up in front of me before I start plugging it. So.
Jgold's gonna go. Is gonna show up there as the Green Goblin. Or is gonna be gobbling on these nuts.
Goblin green, yes.
Gobbling on them nuts.
Yeah, I will say I will. I'm not going to give anything away because it's no fun to do that. But there's some interesting costumes for the battle royal this year. Come check it out.
One of them may be JHawk's wife. Somebody's dressing up as JHawk's wife in the battle royal.
Oh,
I find that to be absurd.
It's a rumor I heard.
You heard wrong, sir. That one I will give away.
I was trying to get people to come to your show. Now they're not going to come to the show.
Yeah, I'm trying to get people to come to the show, but that's not going to happen. I don't want the folk I'm not doing the folk advertising bullshit. Like,
hey man, card subject should change, baby. Better get her ass in that match.
If you have anything to plug, Butter,
don't worry about it. I'm getting where I'm getting. All right. Charlie_Butters on Twitter, Charlie Butters on Instagram. I like going on Instagram and just like posting like bizarre shit. So like if you go on our IW Guide Instagram and see like the random weird shit on there.
I like that, by the way. Yeah, keep that going. I like that.
It's just I see something that strikes me as something that would be something right up our alley, and I just thought it was a funny photo. So just edit there with the IW Guide logo and boom, there you go.
Yep.
October 25th, Salem, Ohio, Neo Pro. Mikey Montgomery versus Sydney grudge match put on by us, IW Guide. I'll be there. I know a bunch of our friends are going to be there. See what happens. Sadie Suicide's going to be there, so maybe I'll get a photo with her.
That's the best.
I
hear that she takes sponsorships.
So it's not my story to tell, but let's just say that a certain photographer friend of ours she solicited him for a sponsorship where he would have to drive down to Cincinnati from Cleveland, fly her from Florida to Cincinnati, take photos of her for her OnlyFans, and he basically got nothing of it and was like, do you want to do that? And he's like, no. And then she proceeded to say how he was a terrible photographer after.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Lord.
So that's the kind of person she is. So it really made me laugh when he told me that story. I was fucking dying when he told me that story. So
that's some business.
That's the kind of person she is. And she's already hit up Will again to sponsor her because he's sponsoring the show. And he's just like, no.
An idiot. Oh, Lord.
So
anyway, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jgold12. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to us, and our Twitter handle, IWGuide1, patreon.com/IWGuide. Don't forget about the merch store over at Brainbuster Tees. I know we're trying new ideas, new logos. We're also going to be working with, as we still do with Gorilla Press Apparel, use code IWGP24 at checkout when you buy 2 or more items for $20 off your entire order. Listen to our podcast friends at Odds with Wrestling. The Card is Going to Change, the super fantastic podcast. Marks with Mikes and Hayabusa Speed, our other friends, the official graphic designer of the Indie Wrestling Guide, OKCR Creations, Magnum CK's now that's what I call wrestling, Time Capsule Toys, Toy Hio this weekend, Heyo, Rubber City Toys, Big Starks brand, Women's Wrestling Watch of Northeast Ohio, again, Will at Gorilla Press Apparel, and at Toy Hio, Smokin' Jay's Barbecue, the best barbecue in Ohio. Ed is going to be slinging barbecue. Brock's going to be slinging barbecue. Ask him to spray his peach bourbon barbecue sauce in your mouth. It's great. It's just like those sake chefs, the chefs at Hibachi. He'll spray it right in your face. Just ask him.
I'll see if we can do that, and we'll film it and put it up on Patreon.
Correct. And we will do that. And so, check out Toy Hio this weekend.
Yeah, Danhausen, Brian Myers, Kennick. Who else do we got? Captain Shoes, Shane Douglas, and of course, the lovely and talented Harley Cameron will be there.
Nice.
And Wardlow. Nice. I always forget about Wardlow, and he's been the guy that's been announced the longest. But Wardlow will be there as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like Tony Khan. I forget Wardlow exists.
I was waiting for it. I literally went to the exchange yesterday. They still got the original poster up that only had Wardlow on it.
Yeah, he didn't print new ones with everybody else on it because it changed so quickly. So there's no point. But the new logo has Alf on it, which I love for the February show.
Nice.
And he did he threw up a poll to see who he wanted. It was the Iconics, Julia Hart, or Zaya Brookside. So,
all right.
If you get the Iconic, you can probably get Adam Van to come down.
Definitely.
I hope we don't get the Iconics because I don't give a flying fuck about them. I'd rather have Julia Hart or even Zaya Brookside, even though I've seen her a bunch of times. She's a sweetheart, so I'd like to have her again. All right, watch some indie wrestling. Hit us up on Twitter. Shout out California. Thanks for all the love. Fuck you, San Diego. Good night.
Good night.
Go Garg and fuck you, Watkin.
Boy.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at the Indie Wrestling Guide. And on X or Twitter at IWGuide1.